Hey, wrestling fans. Welcome to another episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic for Friday, July 3rd, 2020, Independence Day Eve. If that's even a thing, who knows? The day before the 4th of July, and episode 207 of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. And gonna start off this episode thanking everybody for listening, either on Anchor or on the live stream on YouTube right now. And tonight, gonna recap tonight's episode of Friday Night Smackdown on Fox. Still trying to figure out set day, set time of the week when to do the show. Haven't figured out when would be a good time just yet. Sorry, had to bring up my notes here. Alright, we kick off Smackdown with Michael Cole in the ring to interview Matt Riddle, and he is interrupted by King Corbin. And Corbin cuts a promo on him with the whole Undertaker tribute last week, which we saw on SmackDown. And Riddle wants a match with Corbin, but Corbin says he doesn't get to just come in and face the King. But he does show Riddle who he will be facing, and it is John Morrison. And these two have a pretty good match to start off the show. Corbin starts off on commentary, and then he gets hit by one of Matt Riddle's flip-flops, and then he ends up going to ringside for the rest of the match. Riddle gets the win against Morrison here at 14 minutes, 45 seconds, and then go to a commercial break, and when we come back, Corbin's backstage with Miz and Morrison, and he says he's going to cut Riddle's legs from under him. Next, we have a match for the Intercontinental Championship. The phenomenal AJ Styles taking out Drew Gulak. Very good one, and it also during this match, we are joined by Daniel Bryan on something called Zoom, some kind of video thing. Is that kind of like a new version of Skype or something? I don't know. I'm old. I don't know all this new technology. Whatever Zoom is, Daniel Bryan was on it. And Styles picks up the win with the Styles Clash at 17 minutes, 3 seconds. And then next up, it's a tribute to the Golden Role models, Bayley and Sasha Banks. We see first Bayley says the Undertaker calls her up and says she deserves a tribute like he got last week. And then they're interrupted by Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. And then Bayley takes on Alexa Bliss. And Bayley gets the win via disqualification when Nikki Cross gets involved. And next up is Sheamus's toast to Jeff Hardy. There's bottles all over in the ring. Jeff Hardy in the ring. Sheamus on the Titantron says Hardy is a hothead, so he gave him some space. And he just runs Jeff Hardy down this toast. And then Hardy responds, and Sheamus has his bartender in the ring, offers Hardy a drink. Hardy just pours the drink on the poor guy's head, breaks the bottle over his head, and then gives him a swanton bomb. Not too bad. Just, I don't know if that was really a babyface thing to do that they had Hardy do, break the bottle over the guy's head and then hit him with the swanton bomb. But overall, not a bad episode of SmackDown here tonight. And now on to a little bit of news. There has been a champion versus champion match announced for Raw next Monday. And it will be Bayley versus Asuka. That was announced on the WWE Twitter earlier today. So that one should be a good match. And not really a whole lot of news going on today, but according to this says WWE is planning some big stunts for the Swamp Fight match, whatever that's going to be like, at Extreme Rules between Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. And WWE is reportedly handing out some big fines for anybody not wearing a mask there at the Performance Center. And here is some news, actually. Bully Ray is officially gone from Ring of Honor. The Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that ROH decided to let Bully Ray's contract expire. He wasn't given a new offer either. Right now, ROH is not offering any new deals. In my opinion, I don't know if they can really afford to make any new deals right now, but this is a mistake by Ring of Honor, in my opinion. Bully Ray, the whole time he has been there, has done a lot to help a lot of the young talent, has done a lot to help Ring of Honor behind the scenes and on camera. But he's doing good for himself, though, on Busted Open. Very good radio show, which I am a fan of. But we will just have to wait and see what is next for Bully Ray in pro wrestling. Hopefully good things. And unfortunately, the spoilers were leaked from the second part of Fyter Fest, which was taped last night, or not last night, Wednesday night, which will air next week. Of course, I've talked about this on the podcast many times. I do not read spoilers, not a fan. For me, it takes a lot of the fun out of watching wrestling if you already know what's going to happen before you actually watch the show. And I know a lot of people do read spoilers. They want to know what's going to happen ahead of time, but that's just not for me, to be honest. But that's it for this episode. I'm sorry it's a short one. I apologize for that. I saw in the comments, though, for a suggestion for TBT, George the Animal Steel. I'm going to consider that actually whenever I do bring the show back. George the Animal Steel, though, that is a good choice. And I hope to be back soon, right here on 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Remember the Instagram 360 Wrestling Podcast, Facebook also 360 Wrestling Podcast. Any questions, 360 Wrestling Podcast at gmail.com. But until next time, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.